Welcome back everyone, this is GTA Failer. In this video we will tackle all of the import-export stuff except for just a couple of cars, maybe just one car that will be missing at the end. So let's get into it. So here I am at Sunshine Autos and it says here, vehicles wanted, Landstalker, Idaho, Esperanto, Stallion, Rancher, and Blista Compact, rewards offered. So actually, I don't really care much about the rewards. I just want to complete this task so that we can get 100% in this game. Although the rewards that they offer, maybe some cash, which we don't need, but like a free vehicle that will spawn in the auto dealership right up above us. And there's one free vehicle that will be quite useful for us indeed, a sports car. Okay, so what do we have to do? Well, we just have to find one of each of these vehicles and bring it right here into this garage. And once we do that, this first list will change, and we'll get a whole brand new list, a second list of vehicles that we need to bring one at a time in here, and actually 4 lists altogether when all is said and done. Now we've already brought some of these cars over here in preparation for this task. These are 2 cars that are on list number 2, and then over here in garage that I'm calling 4, we've got 3 vehicles that will be on the 4th and final list. So we're already making some progress towards getting this done. But now we've got the vast majority of these vehicles that we want to find in the wild that we're going to look for. And most of these vehicles you can just find right there in the street, which is where we're about to go. But as you're just starting to learn this game, you don't even know what the vehicles look like, right? And so if you go to the description of this video, you will find 1 or 2 links to other websites that have like pictures of each of these particular vehicles and also hints on where you can maybe find them if you're having trouble. So let's give this a shot. I think we'll do a few of these just to give you the main idea, and then I'll probably pause the video as I proceed. So I'm running over here and taking a look. So this car right here is a Blista Compact, and so if I hop in, it will tell me the name of the car, and it says Blista Compact. All right, so this guy wants his car back. I can't have that. Where did he go? Does he still want it back? Because if he does, I think I need to shoot him in the face. Okay, and then so then I would just take that Blista Compact and bring it right into the garage. And this vehicle right here, I think, is a Sentinel. And the Sentinel is a list 2 vehicle. So if you don't know what you're doing, you can just like hop in the cars one at a time, and it'll tell you what the car is. So this one right here is a Phoenix. That's one for list 3. This one up here, what is that, a Stinger? I think that's a Stinger. That's another list 3 one. And so I spent some time learning the names and the way that these cars look. And so but that does take time, especially if you're like me, you're not really a car person. Like I don't really pay attention to cars in real life. I just want something with 4 wheels and a comfortable seat. Radio and air conditioning are a welcome plus. But for me, it's hard to distinguish these cars, and I still don't have them down perfectly. But anyway, Blista Compact you can see is crossed off. And if you also take a look in the description to this video, you're going to see a shared Google sheet, a spreadsheet, with a list of all of the cars on each of the 4 lists that we're after. And so I'm old school, and I'm old, so I printed this list out like on an actual piece of paper made from wood. And then I've got a pencil in my hand, also from wood, and I'm going to check off the, whatchamacallit, Blista Compact. Check, that one is done. Now you don't need to like keep track because you could just take a look here. But as I'm out in the wild, I kind of want to know, like, all right, which ones am I looking for? Because we'll get the common ones early probably, and then we'll have to keep looking for the less common ones. All right, so this one I think is a Sentinel XL. There's another Sentinel XL and a taxi. We don't need either of those vehicles. And so we're just kind of running around. I don't know what this guy is, like a Caribbean or something silly. We don't need it. Let's grab this one. So this is an Infernus. And so we'll take the Infernus. Sometimes you get a wanted star because you're stealing lots of vehicles here. But I'll just hop into this one. Is this another Sentinel? So like I don't know what all of them look like. A bunch of these sedans just look all the same to me. But I'm just looking around. I do have a sense of like how rare I think some of these are, and so the Infernus that I just grabbed is quite common for me to find. So if I could find something rarer just while I was out there, I would take that. Now the Infernus we can't actually put into the garage. I'll show you. That it says we're not interested in that model. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Got it for you and everything. It's all shiny and new, dented a little bit now. Okay, but the Infernus is a list 3 car, and so I'm going to my paper, and I'm not checking it off, but I'm putting a 3. next to the Inverness. And then we just proceed and we repeat. Now, like I said, we'll find the common cars first, and many of the common cars spawn right here in front of the garage, what you call it. All right, so there's a bunch of cars here in a row that we like. So there's the Stinger. I'm going to put that right there and leave the door open in the hopes it doesn't despawn. Then there's a Comet, and I'm hoping this one also doesn't despawn. So let's put that right there. But the one that I really want is this guy. Come on, in. Why can't I take this car? There we go. So the Rancher is common enough, but the sports cars are just like all super common. So hopefully they stay right there. But the Rancher is on the first list, and so we can take this one directly where it belongs. And we hop out, and you'll see the Rancher getting crossed off on their list and also on my list. I just checked it off. That one's done. And let's see if both of these, either or both of these two cars are still here. So we lost one, it happens. But we got the Comet, so let's take that one. And again, the sports cars go in garage number 3. So let's put this one in garage number 3, right there. And I'm going to check this one off. No, not check it off, but put a 3 next to the word Comet. And if I was running into the wall there, it's because I was literally not looking at the screen. I was just running. While my right hand, instead of guiding me with the mouse, was putting a 3 next to the Comet. Okay, we don't need this one. This is like another Sentinel, right? I should learn what the Sentinels look like. What is this thing? That's a Sentinel XL or XS something. Now, if you really want to get good at this game, then what you should be able to do is get new cars to spawn just by flicking your camera down. So there you can see like this white and, or whatever color that car was, you can see the red car. And so from afar, if you learn like what the what the fronts of these cars, the grills look like, then maybe from here you can tell, oh, that's a cabbie or a taxi. I don't want that one. And oh, I think that's a Phoenix. I do want that one, but maybe I don't. And so you just keep doing this over and over again. Now, if you need a little bit of a boost, you can use your sniper gun to get a closer look at what these cars are. If they're too close to you, they don't despawn. But the fact is, like, I should be able to identify this car from here. I don't think I can. It might be a Sentinel. I'm not even sure. I learned how to identify them from the side, which is not as useful. But let's just hop in because I still don't even know what this thing is. Washington. Brilliant. We need the Washington. So let's take it to, I think it's garage 2. So if you want to get good at this, then you really do need to spend some time learning what all of these cars look like. So we got to get the garage to open. And then we hop back in and we get, oh, almost rejected. Okay, so we'll put away this gun, we'll run over here, and now while I'm running, I'm gonna put Washington 2. That one is collected. And yeah, and we just kind of keep on doing this. What is that one? But I never learned like what the grills look like. What is this one? I think that's another Sentinel, right? We don't need that one. We don't have the Phoenix yet, so let's take this. What was that one? But there are some that take a long time to spawn if you're just here on this main road. And so if you're kind of you get the common ones, and then you're just sort of sitting there and nothing new is coming along for a while, then it's time to branch out to Little Haiti or Little what's the other one? Little Havana. Okay, so that was a Phoenix that now has a 3 next to it on my list. I don't know if I need that one. I think that's a Banshee. Did we get a Banshee? We did not. Come back, sir. I just want to compliment your car. So on the left here is another Phoenix. We don't need another one of those. Please stop. What are you doing? What are you doing? Come here. Come here. All right, so I'm not convinced this was worth it. The Banshee is quite a common car. Okay, the bus helped me out there. The car right behind us here is a Rancher, but we've already got one of those. That's a Manana. We don't need that. I think it's a Manana. What's that one? That one might be something more rare than the Banshee. Let's take a look. Can I just see? I just want to see. Or maybe it's another Manana. Yeah, okay. Don't need that one. So as you can see, I've learned some of the names of vehicles, but not all. It's this red one here. Because I just never got all that serious about this this mission here. All right, I was just borrowing it, man. These are all Mananas, right? So like the thing is, like these Mananas, they look to me like the. All right, I think this is one we want. Um, is this an Esperanto? Greenwood. Don't want the Greenwood. Okay. Oh man, did I lose? No, we got this one. All right, so let's grab this one here. I don't think the one at the back is anything we need. No, we don't need a station wagon. We don't need any trucks. So there's something similar to this in GTA 3, like exactly the same. There's like 3 different import-export garages, and the mechanism is all identical to this one here. Anything that I want here? What's this one? Just looking for something better, like something rarer if it happens to come along. All right, this is an Esperanto. It's not a rare car, but I do have more trouble getting this one than the car we just abandoned. All right, we got a wanted star there. Hopefully that'll just disappear. Okay, Esperanto must be, oh, Esperanto's in the first list. Great. So we just bring this right in. And so I was saying about GTA 3, I kind of enjoyed the import-export stuff in GTA 3, checking off the Esperanto on my list. Because I was able to pretty easily learn the names of all the vehicles. Like some of them, I just kind of routed in because they spawned in fixed locations, and so I just grabbed them, and that was easy enough. And then like there were a bunch of like large vehicles in that list, like van-sized or truck size, and so those stood out from all of these like identical-looking sedans to me. Yeah, I was just able to feel like I was being more productive. What was that? That was a Banshee. I'll just put that on my paper as being in Garage 3. I just felt like I was more able to feel productive during the import-export stuff in GTA 3. And also I ended up, this is another Rancher, right? We don't need that one. I ended up something. In GTA 3, I did a lot of the import-export stuff. That's another Banshee during the taxi mission, and so I'd just be driving around and I'd be looking for these 4 kind of rarest vehicles like a Secure car and a Trash Master and stuff. This has got to be another Sentinel, I think. I just continue to get, oh, it's a Washington, which we already have, so we don't need another one. And so I felt like I was being productive because I was doing taxi, but also like looking for the particular import-export vehicles. But I just do not feel like right here, like this is not productive, and I'm not trying to judge like playing this is an Admiral. The Admiral is one that you probably won't have in your playthrough, but I grabbed an Admiral as a backup strat before instead of the Landstalker that I really wanted. Yeah, so like this just feels like like I'm kind of wasting time here because I don't know my cars. So I'll show you what to do if so no other cars are spawning here because I've left these like 2 car carcasses here. And I need them to despawn before like fresh traffic can start spawning. Okay, so there's a Comet. We have that one already, right? Yeah, we got that one. Okay, so I'm just going to start driving around Little Havana here and see if any of these other cars pop up. So that sports car, that's the Infernus. We have that one already. And here I'm kind of avoiding the main road. There's a taxi. We don't need that because I kind of like to be in the heart. We don't need any vans. I like to be in the heart of Little Havana or Little Haiti. All right, that's a Ballista Compact. I don't know what that is, but we don't want it. Oceanic, maybe. And so at some point pretty soon, I think I'm going to pause this video and I'll just bring it back whenever I find something that that I need. But otherwise, it's just kind of a a dull drive around until you see the cars that you want. So here's one. There's a Cuban Hermes. It's quite common, but it's here, so I'll grab it. Quite easy to recognize these with the flames on the car. Now, the Cubans are not thrilled when you steal one of their cars or one of their compatriot cars. What is this? Anything? That might be something. Let's take a quick look. Does it say Virgo? Idaho. Good enough. So the Idaho is less common in my view than the Cuban Hermes that we just took. So I'm going to lose the Cuban Hermes and just accept that I didn't grab it there. What's this one behind me? So this, I think, is the Idaho. Okay, so I'm going to take the Idaho, and then I'm going to run back to that vehicle that we just left there abandoned. And I'm not going to take another car back. I'm actively going to run back because the more cars you get into, the more likely it is that the car you were in before despawns. Okay, so Idaho is a somewhat rare vehicle for me, which is why I grabbed this one over that other one. So checking off the Idaho. So in the first list, now there's just 2 cars left. There's the Stallion, which is identifiable by like a large T looking shape, like the capital letter T on its hood. and then whatchamacallit. So ignoring all of these cars, I just want to see if that one that we got in before is still there. And then the Landstalker, which is quite common. It's kind of like an SUV type thing. All right, so not here, unfortunately. What do we have? Oh, Sentinel X, XL, XS. Did not want collected. All right, so I've already got a Phoenix, but I'll just take this to allow me to drive to try to find other vehicles. Now, some of these vehicles are available in fixed spawn. So for example, if you remember, we did 2 dirt track missions at the far north. What is this? I don't think it's anything we don't have yet, but it's another manana. I keep getting tricked by mananas. We did those 2 dirt track missions at the far north, and I think one of the vehicles was it's either a Rancher or a Landstalker. Now I can't remember which one. Anyway, one of those 2 that we need is up there. Is this another manana? Not a manana. Is this anything we want? It might be. No. I get tricked by mananas. I get tricked by greenwoods. Not cool, guys. Okay, so this is a Landstalker with the wood panels on the side. We want that. It's convenient to get here. And so I'm going to pause the video real soon and then just kind of bring it back when I find vehicles that I need. But it's just largely me driving around. I should continue doing the camera flick technique here on this main road for another minute or two. And then I will show you fixed spawns of all the sports cars, because those ones are not too far away on Starfish Island. And so I'm checking off the Landstalker, which means all that's left in this first list is the Stallion. So let's head out here and see if we can do our camera flick technique. So that's a sports car, and that's like a Landstalker type size. Might have been a Rancher. That looks like the like dune buggy type thing. That's a taxi. So you can see if you if you're able to recognize these cars from afar, like from their front grille, then this is a pretty fast way to respawn traffic. But I don't recognize all the cars from afar, and I didn't learn the grille patterns of all of these things. There's a police car. That's easy to recognize. What's that one back there? I think it's something we already have. But let's just hop in. Oh, that's an Admiral. We don't need that. Okay, so I think I'm gonna head out to the main road and see if I can find anything else. Like the good speedrunners at this game, they just whip through all of these required cars by repeatedly flicking their camera, just like we were there. And they've memorized all of the grill patterns, and they just make quick work of this particular side mission. And for me, it takes time and it doesn't feel productive. Like I said, in GTA 3, I felt productive doing the import-export stuff. What's this behind me? Anything? Probably not, but we'll just get out and check. All these sedans just look identical. So in GTA 3, you know, the same task felt okay to me, but here I'm just I don't know the cars as well here as I did in GTA 3, and I'm not doing it during Taxi, which I also considered here in Vice City, but for a couple of reasons decided not to do that. All right, so the Cuban Herbies is common enough, but it's here and we're here, so let's just grab it. And I know I keep promising to end your misery and pause this video until I find the next stuff. Is this a thing? Yeah, just like all of these, I keep saying it, but all of these sedans look the same to me. So my technique is to get in and then realize, oh, it's another Greenwood, and then continue along. So it's just kind of, it's my own fault for not being able to distinguish all of these cars from each other. I know some, but not enough. And I thought I was getting better at identifying these cars from afar, and then I thought I had like grill patterns. This is another manana. I don't want it. Let me get away. I thought I got better at identifying grill patterns, and then I recognized that it wasn't sufficient to just memorize the grill patterns, like to just figure out one unique characteristic. That wasn't a thing, was it? It wasn't enough to just recognize one unique characteristic. Hey, a stallion. There's the T that I was telling you about. I'll show it to you here. So this is the T thing on the front hood there that I was looking for. So it's not enough to just memorize the grill patterns of the 24 or so vehicles that we need on these 4 lists. because you need to also recognize the grille patterns of the other cars that maybe look similar to the cars that you want. And you need to recognize, oh, that grille pattern, it looks like the Esperanto, which is a car that we want, but it's actually a Greenwood. It's different from the Esperanto. So I just kind of gave up on memorizing grille patterns. If I was real serious about getting better at this game, then I would spend some more time learning the grille patterns, but I'm not, and I won't. Okay, so we got some fixed car spawn there that isn't all that useful to us. Now we can pick up to $1,500 at a time from that marker, which also isn't useful to us. But now we can move on to list number 2. So you can see here, brand new list: Sabre, Virgo, Sentinel, Stretch, Washington, Admiral. And so again, this list is on that Google Sheet, which I've got printed in front of me. So the Sentinel has been here for a while, and it is one of the cars for list number 2. So this is a good time to just bring it down and deposit it right in. And the Sentinel is actually not even on my printed list because I don't need to check it off. Like it's part of my, here I slashed it, it's part of my walkthrough, my live split steps there. Okay, so we do have some of these list number 2 vehicles already gathered, so we might as well bring them in. So here's the Stretch. And the Stretch is also not on my printed list. A little time save if you want to hop out of there, and then you can even hop in here while it's opening, and then lose that time by running into the wall for a few seconds for no reason. So the Stretch is not on my list because I take care of it during my live split steps. But there goes the Washington, dropped off, hop here, and then one more car that we've already collected for this list. Right there, and past it. So funny for me to talk about saving time by hopping through a garage door and then losing more than the time that I saved. Kind of like an Austin Powers 3-point turn thing here. All right, here we go. Admiral deposited safely. So sometimes I end up gathering more cars early on than I can fit. You know, you can put 4 in each of the, you can put 4 in there and 4 in there and 4 in here. And I might have already gathered 12 of those cars, and so that's when I use the first one here on the right. That one is my sort of surplus section. Okay, so looking at my printed list or that sign on the wall, Sabre and Virgo, 2 of the kind of more rare sedans in my experience. So I think I'm just going to pause the video like I've been promising to do for a while now. So we'll hop into this Comet and start looking for the Sabre and the Virgo, just kind of driving around, and I'll bring the game back. This is nothing, right? I'm pretty sure this is nothing. Yeah, I think that's another Sentinel, which continues to trick me and laugh at my inability to recognize the car. That was an Admiral, and that might be another Sentinel there. Oh, Sentinel XS. Okay, and this is nothing, right? I'm actually looking at the side. That's another Sentinel, I think. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video, drive around, and look for the Sabre and the Virgo, any other vehicles that I'm missing. I will be back with one of those. Okay, and we're back many minutes later. Finally found one of the cars I was missing. I was just kind of driving up this main north-south road, and we got a Virgo. So here we go. And again, it's just like I just find this boring because I'm not good at it. I think if I were good at it, then it would be more fun. Like it's fun enough for me. What is this car? Nothing. It's fun enough for me in GTA 3, the import-export stuff, because I know the vehicles and I kind of know where to look. But here it's just like killing time, waiting for the gods to smile down upon me and give me a car that I need. Okay, so I am looking at these cars that I passed just to see if one of them happens to be the Sabre, which I think is the last one we need here in list number 2. So yeah, you can see it there on the right-hand side, Sabre and Virgo, and the Virgo is now checked off the list. And so Virgo done. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video and come back with the Sabre or one of the other vehicles that we're missing from list 3 or list 3 or 4. I'm just taking a look. No, so I recognize the Sabre is from the side, not from the front. Hello, Tommy, relax. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back a few minutes later, fruitless searching. Anyway, this is one of the ones we need. This is a Cheetah. So we'll bring this over and, oh my goodness, I was looking at my list instead of driving. So we'll bring this over and we can't deposit it yet because we're still not finished with list number 2. But we can throw it in one of our garages for safekeeping. Still looking for the Sabre in any of these cars here to my left. Nothing doing. The Sabre is another one of the ones that I have difficulty finding. I think garage 3 already has 4 vehicles in it, so we'll just use one of the empty ones here. So the Cheetah is now in garage 1 on my paper. So we're coming down to it. We need 4 more vehicles left, and then we're done with this part of the playthrough. So let me skip past here, and we'll grab this guy and furnace, and I will pause the video and come back. Okay, we're back. Still haven't found my elusive Sabre. Let's see if we can get these guys out here. Come on, Tommy. All right, here we go. So Cuban Hermes, pretty common. This is nothing, right? Still looking for a Sabre here as I pass these cars. What is this? What is this? Esperanto. I thought it might have been a Sabre. Ugh, ugh, ugh. This would be a lot more fun if I knew my cars. I really did give it the old college try in terms of memorizing the similarities and differences between the 24 vehicles that I need. But I just didn't get there. I hope that was not a Sabre that we just passed. Just didn't get there. And now I'm kind of winding down my interest in this game, and so I just don't think I'm willing to put in the time to make mnemonic devices to distinguish all of these sedans. And like I mentioned before, I think it'd be easier if I were just a car person in real life, and then these things would they would just kind of naturally look quite different to me. All right, so the Cuban Hermes is now in garage 1 on my paper, but I'm not a car guy, and so these things all look the same to me. And so that's part of why I think I have trouble telling them apart. That's nothing, right? I keep getting tricked by this Esperanto. I don't even know how many doors a Sabre has. Okay, there's no way this is a Sabre. This has got to be an Esperanto. So the only thing I look for on the Sabre is like the rear, kind of the rear top part of the car is the same color as the rest of the car, almost exactly the same. It's kind of like this thing. Please tell me the National Sabre nightmare is over. Come on, no whammies. Sabre time. Okay. And in my head right now, I'm hearing the theme song to The Office. The one where Andy and Aaron sing a cover of, what's that Miley Cyrus song? Party in the USA. Except they were mispronouncing Sabre as Sabre. Good stuff. Okay. Garage number 2, done. And garage number 3 is actually almost done. We've already got 5 of the 6 cars stowed safely in the garages. So let's keep this party going. So I think one of them is here in garage 1. So let's grab this one here on the right. And I'll tell you that actually I think all 6 of the sports cars, oh, here's the list. I haven't shown it in the video. There we go. Cheetah, Infernus, Banshee, Phoenix, Comet, Stinger. I think that all 6 of the sports cars have fixed locations that are all not that far from here, most of them on Starfish Island. So just for the sake of completeness, I'm gonna drop all these things off here, and then I'm gonna take a trip on video over to Starfish Island, and I'll show you the fixed locations of all of these sports cars. So the sports cars are all quite common, and so I typically don't bother taking that trip to myself if I'm playing the game for speed. But if you're having trouble, distinguishing these cars or getting one or more of them to show up on the street right outside of this auto dealership, then you could just head over to Starfish Island, and it takes like a minute extra in travel time, but then you don't have to sit there frustratedly flipping your camera or hopping into cars trying to figure out if they are ones that you want. So let's hop into the Comet. Come on, Tommy. It's right there. There we go. So the only one that we're missing here is the something or other. On my sheet, the Stinger. That's the only one we need. 5 out of 6, not too bad. So let's drop this one off and then head over to Starfish Island. Okay, so we'll make a 3 or 5 or 7-point turn here. How come we can't make a 2-point turn? That's a math question for you. Okay, stinger, and that's it here. So how about we just hop out here and we grab any of these vehicles. Officer, I'm trying to grab any of these vehicles. Okay, so speeding away here. So let me show you where one of these things is. Let's go. If we head right on this road out of the auto dealership and then right the way that we're going, and then right here, and then right again, we're going to find one of the sports cars that we've actually used. It's a fixed sports car, and we've used it a couple of times in this video series. But now it could be useful for your import-export needs. So let's just hop out because I'm having trouble driving. So right here, you could grab the Cheetah, and it's not too far to get from here back to the dealership. So this could be an easy way for you to get a Cheetah. And then the rest of them are available on Starfish Island. So let's head over here and see what we see. Okay, so I don't actually have memorized like where each of these is, but we're going to explore it together. How's that sound, gang? Okay, so right here in this driveway, we've got a Banshee. That's one of the ones that we need. And then I'll head back out here, which is the one that I actually need. Stinger is the one that I need. And if we continue to this next driveway, I think there's another one. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, this is one where we have to not get busted, first of all. But I think we have to, like, make our way in there. It's locked. So how do we get in there? Because I do think that there's something in here. Maybe there isn't. What do we see over there? That's a thing, right? How do we get over there? I think that's actually a stinger. I sort of want that. Maybe I can hop onto the car. All right, this is tall enough. This should allow us to get into that space. I know that this one here, there's one that's kind of awkward to get to, and I'm guessing it's this one. But I don't think you're intended to like have to hop onto a vehicle to get in here, but it works. But I thought there was like another way in. Okay, so the Stinger, this is actually one that we're going to use ourselves. Just don't flip it on your way out. But while we're here, let's just continue touring Starfish Island, and we'll show you that some of the vehicles, the sports vehicles that you need, sports cars that you need, are in here in fixed locations. So it could be less frustrating than waiting to find stuff. So this right here is an Infernus, and that's one of the ones that we want. And then we'll just keep on going here. I actually have instructions written down. All right, opposite the mansion west. Right. We got that. Second to last. From the mansion, awkward northernmost, and then opposite the mansion east. Okay, so just two more, right? I think we just need to second to last. My inscrutable hints. So let's take a right here. I'm kind of lost. Oh, that wasn't what I meant to do. I meant the next right. Let's go back. So we'll take the next right here, and we'll just kind of show you what we're going to show you. Right over. All right, so we'll actually go into the next driveway because the first driveway is locked. Right up here, so that right there is an Admiral. It's not a sports car, but if you want it, you can just go get it by hopping up onto this and hopping over. In fact, that's how we got our Admiral. And then I thought there was a vehicle here in this space, but maybe there's not. It says second to last. All right, so let's keep going around. Oh, officer, 2 stars. My bad. All right, so anything in here? I don't see anything this way. I do not want to get busted here. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is pause the video. I don't need to spend your time watching me try to find these things here. So that's locked. There's like one awkward one. It says second to last. What's in here? Any vehicles? What's this guy? All right, so there's a comment for you right there. So that's one of the ones that we want. And then let me pause real quick because I've got police after me. So the only other one, all right, so the comment we got, so it says the only other one is the Phoenix. It says awkward northernmost. All right, so how do we get, oh, this is we can get there, hello. We can get there the same way we got to this unique jump a while ago. I think it's right up an alley right in here. Yeah, so this might be easier on foot, but I really don't want to lose my stinger. I guess I could just come back and get another one if that one disappears. But right here is a Phoenix, and that's one of the ones that you need. So there you go. All of the sports cars plus the Admiral, all available a short jaunt away from the auto place. But with 2 stars now, we're going to head back and drop off our last item from the 3rd garage. Making good progress, annoying the police officers who are likewise annoying me. So it's a zero-sum world. Okay, so what's the plan? The plan is to drop this thing off. Well, first, actually, we're going to take it to the paint spray, which is right in the auto dealership. Then we'll drop it off, and then I think so we're not going to have, this will complete list number 3. But intentionally, I'm not going to have list 4 done at this point because there's a Mr. Whoopi that we'll get on mission. It's a very rare vehicle. So I think it makes sense to just pick it up later when it's convenient to do so and not hope for one in the wild. But there are few Garage 4 cars that we've already collected and one more we need to collect, and so I will show that in this video and then we'll call this video done. So that right there is the last one from the list number 3. So Stinger and list 3 complete. And then like a bonus car that we'll never use. It looks pretty cool though. And now let's go ahead and bring in the Garage 4 cars. So here's the Cuban Hermes and then the other ones that are actually in the farthest away garage from here. And then all that will be left will be the Voodoo, which is easy enough to find in the wild, but I'll show you the fixed location of it because it's got a fixed spawn right next to Antipoulet's. The question is, can we find that place? Because it's no longer marked on the map. That was the black body that was lying on the ground. So here we go, garage door freaking out because it had more than 2 cars in. But you can get up to 4, no problem, but don't put more than 4. All right, so 2 more special vehicles here, and then we'll go get the last one of these for now. Come on. Okay, Pizza Boy delivered. That was kind of funny what I just said. And then one last one, Caddy, which we had to make a long, slow drive with from way back by the lighthouse on island number 1. But we got it here in one piece, generally speaking. Okay, so one more car on this list. All of our 4 garages there are empty, but we do have to pick up that Sabre. So I just need any car right now to take me towards the Sabre. Any car, how about this way? Any car coming my way, even a police car. Hello, officer, can I borrow this? I guess I never mentioned the mechanic of stealing a police car, but you just pull on the either door, but I typically pull on the passenger side door. And then you'll get a wanted star, and the officer will get out. When the officer gets out and closes their door, then all of the doors to the police car become unlocked. So that's how we steal these things. In the game, never in real life, kids. Grand Theft Auto is bad. Okay, so the question is, can I find Antipoulet's on the fly? So I remember it's just a little bit south of the K, and we're getting close to the K. So I thought, oh, this is a Voodoo. I haven't even been looking. Anyway, this is the Voodoo right here. So if I were playing this game for real, I would just hop out and take it. I think it's Voodoo. Oh, it's another Glendale. I got tricked by the color. So the color of the Voodoo is always the same. It's this color right here. But I guess I don't know my cars. That's the lesson from here. All right, so still heading towards the K. Is Antipoulet's in this section right in here? Negative. And stuck. Okay, here we go. Heading towards the K, not that way. Might not go through. Let's go this way on the road. All right, so the K, okay, here's Antipoulet's. Yeah, so if you just head towards the K, then just south of the K is Auntie Poulette's right here. And right in front of Auntie Poulette's is this vehicle. Come on, you understand that I got this color mixed up with this color. It's basically the same. Okay, so if you find the voodoo in the wild, then grab it. That's it might be quicker than making this trip to Auntie Poulette's, but the trip is not that long. So it's fine to just go get it from the fixed location if that's convenient for you. All right, so I wonder how long all of this took me, like all of the import-export stuff. Now, in my defense, it doesn't normally take me as long as it did here because I was doing a lot of explaining and when I would have just been more aggressively trying to find these things. Plus, we took that detour to Starfish Island, which I would never take. Might as well just get the armor while we're here. What do you say? Okay, so we'll hop out. Full armor, full health, full everything. Were those guys after me? I hope not. Okay, so continuing on and dropping this last thing off, but I am curious how long this whole thing took, even with the additional time of the video commentary. So bringing this right in. And then looking at the list, you can see Mr. Whoopi is the only one that's going to be left. Very nice. Okay, and let's just scroll up here and see when we started this nonsense. Okay, so we started at we finished at 9:13. We started at 8:51, and we're finishing at 9:39. So a solid 50 minutes. Holy cow! I don't know what a good time is here, but 50 ain't it. I'm guessing that like 10, 15 minutes tops. But this is why I don't like this one. I'm just bad at it, and it's slow and dull, and it seems luck-based. That was me just grabbing the cash there for no reason. Okay, so we're going to slash that step done. We're going to call this video done. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you real soon.